Hello, and welcome to part two of two segments that we are doing on self care. The topic, once again, is self care is non negotiable. So, as I promised last week, I'm going to share with you four additional things that you can do to ensure that self care is non negotiable, that you give yourself time to take care of you, no guilt, like guilt free. So remember now, when it comes to self care, it's not about you getting permission from other people, from somebody else, for you to take me time. It's not about other people understanding that you do need a break, that you do need to take some time to really relax, replenish, so that you can give again whatever it is in whatever capacity that you give of yourself. You always need to make sure that you are replenished and you are relaxed in order for you to be able to do that, wholeheartedly. So, number five. Last week, I shared with you, four things. Number five is financial self care. So, if the words personal finance send shivers and you say, I'm not going to talk about my money, then surely you do need this self care. But cultivating, a relationship with money, it's so essential for our mental health that it helps eliminate stress and anxiety. But it's not something that we talk about all the time. We don't talk about money. Financial self-care can also improve positive mindset around money. It can improve relationships, because most relationships, if you know, there are always struggles around money. So it's always about feeling comfortable talking about money, feeling comfortable saving money, feeling comfortable, keeping track of what you do with your finances. What can you do in order to improve, this part of your life? Listen to those people that know about finances. Take classes on how to invest in your future. Setting financial goals is one thing that I had to learn. I had to go through with somebody that knows that part, because I didn't know. Using a money app, many times now, many people are using money apps in order to save money. Save. Deal with the debt head on. Pay what you need to pay. Call people to negotiate what you need to negotiate so that you can pay down whatever it is that you owe. Number six, social self-care. We need to socialize with other people. We need to interact with other people. We need to spend time with other people. So social self-care is your ability to be able to build healthy relationships. Let me emphasize healthy relationships, not just to connect just for the sake of connecting. They've got to be healthy relationships that makes you feel connected to those people, makes you feel heard with those people. Have fun with those that you connect with, and also enjoy relaxing with, those that you are around. Maybe sometimes you might have to reach out to old friends, that you might want to connect with or reconnect with. That's a great way to maintain social self-care. So whatever you do, make sure that you take care of yourself socially. What does that mean? It also means forming new personal and professional relationships, staying connected to important people in your life, reaching out to those that maybe might not have the capacity to reach out to you, hanging out with a friend that doesn't bring you distractions, that doesn't give you a headache, messaging a friend to tell them why you're grateful for them. That helps. Limiting time with negative people. Anybody that makes you feel negative, hey, cut them out. Reach out to those that support you, that, really encourage, uplift you. Asking for help when needed is a great way of maintaining social, connections, or ending those toxic relationships. Spend time with those people that really build you up. Engage in, activities in your community, church, or something. Things that uplift you, if, those are things that you might want to do, right? Join, some social clubs in your community or online. These days, there are many social clubs that you can join that actually will be helpful. Number 7, recreational self-care. And what do I mean by this? It means taking out time for fun, for recreation. Maybe you may love reggae music like I do, where you go to live reggae songs and, go to City Walk. When I'm back in Orlando, I go to City Walk and just listen to some reggae music. That's something that I enjoy doing. I love watching movies. I love going to the ocean. I just love just taking walks, or even going to, Barnes and Nobles and just reading and sitting there. It's just so surreal and just peaceful. What are some of the things that you haven't done in a long time that you would like to do? Traveling is one of those things that I do very well, as you know. Maybe you like to travel, or you've been thinking about it. Pamper yourself and go somewhere. Watch Netflix, but not too much Netflix, because then it takes too much of your time and you'll never be productive in anything. Maybe painting, coloring, doing puzzles. Those are great recreation ideas that you might want to take. Write a book, and sit down and just, start writing. Maybe playing board games might be one of those, things that you want to do. Or, believe it or not, joining an exercise class, that's recreation. So do something to make a difference and make sure that you fulfill that. And then number 8, spiritual self-care. That's one of those things that, sometimes I think we take for granted, but it is that moment where you can find hope and peace in challenging situations. It helps you get through the day, through challenges when you have, spiritual nurturing. So while the other areas of self-care are focused on nurturing your mind and body, spiritual self-care aims at nourishing your soul. It is different for everyone. Spiritual self-care practices, help to tap in your inner being, believing in a power that is higher than you, finding a deeper purpose, and really understanding what it is that you enjoy doing, but what you were created to do. So this area of self-care, allows you to have moments of silence, meditation, really finding calm and peace. Some of the activities that you might want to try for nurturing spiritual self-care includes meditation, breath work, spending time in nature, going to places of worship, yoga, even, dedicating some time for self-care. That will help you with this, spiritual learning, nurturing. Learning more about astrology, that helps as well. Manifestation, the law of attraction, that helps. It really has helped me, learning about the law of attraction. So practicing self-care is not just about spoiling yourself with a big treat moment of luxury and spending money or in a luxury hotel. Sometimes it's the small steps and the small things, minute things that you might do, and just change one little thing that just nourishes you and nourishes your self-care. So self-care is about putting yourself first, treating yourself first, making sure that you're relaxed and replenished first. Self-care should be more than, something that we say, well, I never have time, which always amazes me when I ask people and they say, well, I never have time. We have to make time for self. Because without that, we don't have the energy to give to other people. No wonder why, many people are so stressed out, depressed, anxious, exhausted, because they are lacking that moment of just taking care of themselves. And when you don't do self-care, you also miss appointments, like regular appointments for doctor's appointments, eye appointments, your teeth, cleaning teeth. Those are, certain self-care, things that naturally we are supposed to do. But when you continuously are doing other things and just going, and not taking the step back, you might miss taking, care of those, those things that you need to do in order to prevent, further illness or long-term illness that might come due to, not nurturing yourself on a regular or consistent way. I hope these two segments have been helpful to you, the part one and part two. If you didn't watch part one last week, please just go back to my last week's live and watch that one, because last week I had also shared 4 things that you can do to nurture yourself and do self-care. So remember now, self-care is non-negotiable, and self-care is overall self-love. So let's meet again next week. Until then, have a wonderful, wonderful, meaningful week. This is Dr. Stem. Be encouraged.